Good evening. I am Father Bill Kreutz, a resident here at Loyola House of Studies, and I was asked to give the homily this evening for Father Freddie Balinong and Father Tim Ofrasio. As you might know, Father Tim died last December, and just recently Father Freddie Balinong died. So we want to remember them tonight at our Holy Mass. Their lives were somewhat the same and in another way very different. So if I could, Father Freddie was born in Baguio in 1933. And Father Tim was born in Alaminos in 1948. Father Freddie went to school in Ilocos and then finished his schooling there in Baguio. Father Tim went to school first in the province, then came to Manila for high school and went to the minor seminary at Guadalupe for a year, but then finished his schooling in St. Mary's School, the RVM school, and did a year or two or so at the University of the East in a Bachelor of Arts program. So I am happy to be able to share a little about both of them tonight. Father Freddie entered the society in 1950, a novice at Sacred Heart Novitiate, shortly after the war. In fact, his own brother, an older brother, had died during the death march. And Father Freddie would often go to Capas just to look at the monument and to see his brother's name. Father Tim entered the society in 1969. After his years of study. So both of them went through the same process of being novices and juniors, studying philosophy. They both did Regency, oddly enough, both in Ateneo de Davao University. Later on, Father Freddie would study theology in the United States at Woodstock College. And Father Tim would stay here and study at Loyola School of Theology, which had only been opened a number of years before. But after that, their paths diverged very much. Father Freddie was ordained, let me give a little check, was ordained in 1967, and Father Tim was ordained in 1979. But after that, Father Freddie went to the States, where he was and was going to do studies at Columbia University and also a little later at the Catholic University of America. There he studied political science. Father Tim would go sometime after ordination, after some years of pastoral experience, would go to Rome to study liturgy, where he received his doctorate in sacred theology. But after that, they diverged. Father Freddie stayed in New York. He was always attached to a Jesuit community, but was most often working in parishes. And he was quite helpful to the Filipinos who went there. I met him, though, quite oddly, here at the Ateneo de Manila University. He came home for a year in 1971-72, when there was a major strike on the campus. And Father Freddie was one of the people in the kitchen preparing the food for us. And he did that rather well. But he really wanted to get back to New York. And so when I had visited there in 72, later in the year, he brought me to the church where he was, St. Peter's, the oldest Catholic church in New York. And then I met him many times later with his sister Conchita, who died last year, another sister Corazon, and the third sister, whose name I don't know. But it was always nice to see Freddie and to share some time with him. On the other side, Father Tim was very much involved in pastoral work. He liked to be in the parishes in Bukidnon, in Zamboanga del Sur, where we had many Jesuit parishes. And then also he helped in a parish here in Quezon City during his studies. After he was ordained and did his doctorate, and he taught at Loyola School of Theology, and he taught at St. John Vianney Seminary there in Cagayan de Oro. And he liked that work very much. But I think his heart was always pastoral. He liked the parish work very, very much. And I would say that was what was very similar about both of them. I did not know Father Tim personally very well. I only get to meet him when I came here in 2007, and we spent some time together at the coffee room. On the other hand, Father Freddie, I knew a little better because I met him many times in New York. And Father Freddie and I would often have some wine and crackers and some cheese on a Monday evening. So Freddie was like that. But Freddie liked the work of pastoral work. And when he was in the hospital during his physical therapy and after his knee operation, he went around to visit many people in the hospital. So both of them had that pastoral sense that was part of their lives. Both of them were outgoing to take care of others. And I think that was a special thing. Today's gospel was about Jesus saying, pray that laborers will be sent to the harvest. Both Freddie and Tim accepted that invitation in very different ways, but both accepted that invitation. What becomes similar? Well, at the end of a lifetime, when one is brought, or in this case, their ashes brought to the Jesuit seminary, there's a stone, a lapida, at each of the tombs. There are 4 lines. The name, when they entered, when they were born, when they entered the Jesuits, and when they died. Father Freddie Balinong or Father Tim Ofrasio. And that's what's the same. They were Jesuits given completely to the work that the Lord wanted of them. I told some people I would like a last line. And the last one would be, entered into the house of the Father, as Jesus promised us in John 14. So tonight, I pray very much for these 2 men whom I loved, my brother Jesuits, very special to me, special to family and to friends. And I pray like this: eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord, and that perpetual light shine upon them. May they rest in peace. Amen. And may their souls, the souls of Father Freddie and Father Tim, and all the faithful departed, rest in peace. Amen. God bless you.